Answer the question.
I know what I'm doing.
There we go.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to excuse me.
Now, it may get bigger, it may get a little bigger, it may not get bigger at all. We'll see what happens. But regardless of what happens, we're totally prepared.
This is your victory. Now, I know you didn't do this just to win an election. I know you didn't do it for me. You did it because you understand the enormity of the task that lies ahead.
You're not going to believe this. He killed 16 Czechoslovakians. Guy was an interior decorator. His house looked like shit.
Fire!
What?
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
Ooh, skin man, villain in disguise.
One is a hauler and the other is a baller. It's the middle of the road with TJ and Coach Casey.
I think I'm the hauler and you're the baller.
I don't know.
Well, yours says hauling on it, and my balls always hurt, so I'm guessing that's me. Ew. Welcome to the show. Today is 6:20. I'm Coach Casey. Sitting across from me is TJ. Sitting behind me, that's Skin Man. We did an intro for him, so you know that.
Yes. We do know that.
Today's sponsor.
We have a new sponsor.
We have a new sponsor. We're finally getting paid. Unfortunately, they're doing it in booze, but that's okay. We'll take it. Out West. We're going to call it the Party Station. It's a food trucks, live music, and booze. What more could you ask for? They are at 183rd and Kellogg, basically out by Goddard.
Mm-hmm.
New outdoor venue. They've got live music, all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So go check them out if you're in the Wichita area. And even if you're not, if you're stopping through for a weeknight visit and you're like, I don't want to go inside to a bar. That sounds boring. I'd rather sit outside and enjoy nature. We're one day away from summer, if you can't tell. Skin Man's wearing his pre-summer attire.
He's ready for like a margarita.
I couldn't tell if he was telling me we're doing the show trip this year somewhere in the islands, or if we're just going to probably go get an island like out on El Dorado Lake and go do it out there, because they got a couple floating islands.
Okay.
Well, it's been an interesting week.
Oh, hold on. Go see my daughter out there working her first job.
TJ's daughter is working his first job out there. Drop your trash all over the place, because that's what she's doing, picking it up.
She will pick it up and put it in the trash
if
can
you
with
clog
a
a
smile on her
toilet,
face.
she's on the job.
Yep.
She's underage, so she can't serve you booze, but she can work out there.
She will.
Won't give you her name, won't tell you what she looks like. Just go see her.
Yep. Just guess.
It was a good week for downloads, couple new listeners. It was good time. People seem to be interested. They're finding us. They didn't find our last show, which is the one we want them to find, but they're finding all the previous ones, so we'll take it.
They'll get to it.
They'll get to it. That's what I said. Sometimes it's on a progressive cycle, and we're off schedule. We are going to go now, if you're noticing, this is, I believe, 3 weeks in a row, Tuesday. We have decided Tuesday is going to be our regular day, best we can do.
Seems to work that way.
It does. Monday's just blah. Skin Man's busy on Monday. I'm not ready for this. I'm ready. I could do a show anytime, but I'm just not in the spirits sometimes on Mondays. Mondays beat me up.
Monday's a hard day.
So thanks, everybody, for the downloads. I have a question for you. Is squirting real?
Yes.
I've seen it done a million times.
I've seen it in real life.
Is it pee, though?
I think they've done plenty of studies on it, and it's not.
It's number 3, not number 2. Well, not number 1, I mean.
It's a liquid.
All right. Well, I don't know.
That's more that splashy nut.
Another podcast, I won't say the name because they get plenty of downloads. They had a long discussion on it, and if you've never made one, somebody do it, you just don't believe it's real. And if, like me, I've squirted before, but it was pee.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say it was the back, not the front.
No, I've squirted there too. I did a story recently on another podcast I've been doing every Saturday, and I squirted in my butt. So
that happens with certain kinds of foods that go in your body.
It does, and when you're not ready and when you're
Vegetables.
Young, you think you can.
Don't want to introduce that into your system.
You think you can hold stuff back. You go to let a fart out, and you find out wrong.
So if you ate meat, just say tonight you had steak, Would you think you'd shit your brains out
I
without
don't know.
like an hour?
I think it'd be the opposite. I think I'd stop me up probably.
You'd be like, whoa, what happened?
Yeah, I'd take it slow. Because I don't have nothing in me that really digests that slow unless I eat my gum.
You'd just be like, Hulk up.
Yeah,
right
I'd probably
off the bat.
swell up, probably be 205, out benching you.
Yeah,
and,
probably so.
You know.
Wouldn't take much right now.
His belly'd look like a snake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to stand up and show you guys. I got 4-pack. I got
a 4-pack.
Yeah, I got.
It
started
or what?
It started out with 2 upper abs, and now it went to 2 lower. I still got a little bit of a belly on the where the 5th and the 6th would be, but I'm on my way to first 6-pack since high school. Maybe even when I was lifting and getting big and in shape, I couldn't get it. All of a sudden now, I think I've just lost enough weight that
there you go.
I'm getting some abs through. I've been flexing my stomach all the time too, so my back don't hurt.
Does that help?
Yeah, core strength. When you
takes the pressure off the back.
Yeah, every time I lift something or I bend over or do something, I flex up, and I don't know if that's part of it when I'm kind of doing my joggings or my walking or my running.
Or you're taking a shit.
Yeah, I flex like crazy then. Oh man, actually not lately. I've been on some fiber, so not a lot of flexing has to go on. Sometimes it's just finding the time to get it in. Got a little bit on my list. We've got quite a few stories we want to get to this week, and TJ's got a couple things. We're going to do some wrestling talk here a little bit.
Well, first and foremost, what did you guys do for Father's Day?
I was gonna wish you guys a happy Father's Day. I was the only one that sent anybody anything for Father's Day out of this group.
I had a reply.
I know you did.
I replied.
No, you didn't reply. You replied, but nobody said,
oh,
happy Father's Day
nobody
to me.
told you happy
yeah,
Father's Day?
that's okay. Nobody did.
Well, when you said
My
it,
family,
you said it to yourself.
I said boys.
You're the boys.
Samuel L. Jackson told you happy Father's Day.
He did. I'm joking. My mom never called me, but that's that weird standing where I'm not her dad, so she shouldn't really have to, but I gave her grandkids, and I feel like if I was a good father, more people would reach out. Not a lot of people did, so I think I know the answer.
4 out of 5 kids told me happy Father's Day. Which one of my kids do you think didn't tell me?
Claire.
Yep.
She weirdly enough, she texted me and told me happy Father's Day, so good job.
It's definitely Claire. Callie first, then Chloe, then Bill and Bristol, and then not Claire.
No, I went Saturday down and mowed my daughter, so I didn't have to go mow on Sunday, and she told me happy Father's Day then.
I thought she had an apartment.
She has a house.
Oh.
Her and a friend live in a house in Mulvane.
I just assumed that they lived in those apartments that we used to mow.
Nope. They got a nice old house, cool.
That's cool.
2, technically 3 bedroom, but one's turned into a laundry room, and 2 bathroom.
Nice.
Spacious. She's happy. She gets to sit on the living room now and do her thing.
Yeah. Not confined to a room to be.
I mean, she was never confined to a room.
But that's how
when
teenagers act.
Exactly. When you're at home, if we had a basement,
then they'd be down there.
They'd be down there in the living room. But when you only have one living room because you have a 700 square foot house, you're confined.
We got both of the teenagers in the basement, and there's a living room, but still nobody uses it. It's still they're like bedrooms are on opposite sides, and then the living room's obviously in the middle, and then they don't even hang out. We watched a movie down there last night.
So what did you do for Father's Day?
Nothing I can think of. I went to the gym, and I think we grilled out, and that was about it. I relaxed. Every time I'd be like, it's Father's Day. I want to watch this.
Skin Man, what'd you do for Father's Day, buddy?
We did it on Saturday.
Okay. You say we did it, you're saying you and your wife? Or
Well, it was, I turned it into a family reunion.
Okay.
Like I do.
That's a weird,
Yeah.
We'll get to that
Skin
orgy
Man
story in
and
a little bit.
family reunions.
So you had quite a few people over, a lot of dads and all that?
It was father-in-law came over, our in-laws by choice came over, mom came over, and her friend came over. So there's like 11 people, and I went ahead and grilled. Actually, I put them on the smoker, the brats and burgers.
So a good old Skin Man family get together or Skin family get together for Father's Day,
and it was brought to me in part by Maker's Mark.
Mine was brought to me in part by Mountain Dew. So.
Yeah, I see you're back off the wagon. That's okay.
This is after last week having President Trump on the show. And
I mean, he had already told you that
he said, yeah. So
yeah, you might as well just if you're off the wagon, jump off the wagon.
I did, and I admitted it. I sent you guys a video. I said, just so you know, I'm drinking Mountain Dew again.
The video never came through. That's where everybody kept going. For some reason
the video.
For some reason it never came through on mine. And I said what? And you said I sent a video. And for some reason, I never seen the video. I'll have to check it out.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
I don't ever do that.
Have you tried jumping up and down?
I just throw my phone until it works right.
There you go.
And sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I just did the mowings around here, and then, we're sitting around, and I'm trying to eat healthier for a while. I'm trying to get my other stuff going on too, but I'm trying to get my physical, my body feeling better. I felt like shit for literally 4+ years. My balls have hurt, my legs hurt, I just haven't felt good. So I just said, let's kick every habit that we can kick. Let's start eating good. Let's cut caffeine out. Let's do that. I'm feeling great body-wise. My legs have felt good. My ball pain's almost gone away. It's crazy. It's either the caffeine, I don't know, what's that crap that they put, like a fake sweetener that's real bad for you? Aspartame.
Aspartame's
I
horrible
quit,
for you.
Yeah, I quit all aspartame stuff.
That's in those drinks that you have, isn't it? Yeah.
So I've quit processed foods for the most part, except for my veggie meats is the only thing that I'm technically eating right now that's a processed food, eating whole grains and all that. And I feel good, but it's tough. So my wife goes, are you wanting to go out and eat for Father's Day? I said, well, not really, because there's not a lot of places I can go eat and eat good.
Yeah.
And she's, are you sure? So I finally, yes, I want to go somewhere, but I want to go eat pizza and nachos and all that, but I know it's going to make me feel like crap. Well, we settled on Village Inn. Bad sell. I just figured breakfast. I can go get some eggs, some wheat toast, some fresh fruit, some potatoes, because I can eat potatoes on my thing. And
you eat the potatoes that they cook there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, they're no worse than potatoes probably anywhere else that I know of.
I'm just assuming that they're cooked with bacon grease. And
they're
all
probably
that other shit.
Well, I'll say this: the eggs were eggs tasted like they were the worst eggs I've ever had. The bread looked like they did toast it well, and then they just dropped it in a thing of butter for 20 minutes before they brought it out. So it was like, and I'm not anti-butter, but I didn't really want it soaked in butter. And then
you don't like to drink your toast? That's weird.
The potatoes were okay, a little too crunchy and a little too bacony tasting. Fresh fruit, they give you mango, cantaloupe, or whatever the green melon is.
Honeydew.
Green cantaloupe, yeah.
Nope. Honeydew, cantaloupe, and grapes. And it's like the cheapest, worst, fruit bowl you could get.
Yeah, it tastes more like honey don't.
And
honey, don't do it.
Yeah, it's like you start with it, and it's like, oh man, it's like a watermelon. Then you're like, oh no, it's not. It's like the rind of a watermelon. So it was, and I even looked. I was like, I didn't want to be mean, and finally, I'm like, those eggs were bad, and the kids were like, whew, yeah, they were horrible.
Yeah,
those were bad, and
yeah, they were trying to suck it up for you. And
my wife, I gave her shit because she has been on this diet too, and she's lost a bunch of weight. She's looking good. She's feeling good, all that. But this was her cheat day. So we do this VIB breakfast or whatever. You get 4 items off the menu. I named my 4. My daughter or my wife gets egg or a cheese omelet.
Are you talking about at home?
No, at Village Inn.
Oh, this is the thing they have. What's it called?
The VIB.
VIB? It's like VIP, but
exactly, but very important breakfast.
Yeah.
So it's 4 items for $12.99. Or
which one did you go to, by the way?
We went to the one in Derby because my daughter had a baseball game to go to after, and usually we have a better experience at that one. Of the ones, I actually wanted to go to the one by my house because that's where I always see.
Your old house.
Yeah, I always see an ex-teacher of mine over there, and I was hoping to maybe see him for Father's Day, but it didn't fit into the timeline, the schedule. But my wife had the cheese omelet, she had the country potatoes, pancakes, and a crepe, and I said, "Honey, we're gonna have to check you for diabetes after this. You know, that's a lot of sweets, but it's your cheat day, cheat away. I wanted that stuff too, and instead I ended up with 2 sets of crappy eggs, crappy toast, and some decent potatoes. So,
I forgot my wife did make me what we call in our house Sarah's Yummy Sandwich. That's the thing she's best at, is making sandwiches. And then I got my Father's Day present.
Okay, I got a Father's Day present on. My kids got me a little neck fan.
Got me a different kind of present.
I know what you were talking about. I knew what you were talking about sex. I got it. I completely got it. And I think anybody that knows you that's listened to the show more than twice got it as well.
Okay.
But I got a little neck fan, got a T-shirt, got a little stress ball.
You need to be using the shit out of that thing.
Yeah, my son.
It's broken.
My son's got this thing where there's there's a picture, and I'll show it to you after the show. We call my wife. She did some tanner stuff one night, and she turned in
Self-tanner?
Yeah, and she turned into Black Amy.
Fuck, I hate that self-tanner.
And
It stinks so bad.
This I don't know. I guess I didn't notice that part of it. But so I got a picture, and she's Black Amy, her white teeth shining
Black
through,
Amy?
and yeah. So Isaac's got this thing where he's a mixed son. So every time he gives her a Mother's Day card, he's like, "Thanks for being the best mom a mixed boy could have." So
Okay.
my Father's Day card, and we usually tries to find like a black mom for the card.
Yeah.
But for me, he said, "Thanks for being the best dad a mixed boy could ever ask for."
Oh, that
but
was sweet.
and he got me a white card though, but that's okay. It was a white, like 50s looking guy on there, but it was a good Father's Day.
I got a handwritten card
Because
from
you're
my
the white one.
stepkids.
I know, that's true. I get it. I get it, but they said they were looking for a black one, but I didn't, He's got a thing. He only believes in Black Santa now. He doesn't believe in the white one because he knows that one's a lie.
Okay.
So, I don't know. That's his thing. What about Hyde getting convicted of rape?
I thought, so we discussed this earlier. I thought it was dropped and then now it's back.
Yeah, I think he got convicted now. I mean,
But wasn't it like maybe last year that he was not going to get in trouble for it, and then all of a sudden?
I don't know. I think it was ongoing. I think there was maybe another case as well, but this one found him liable. There's enough evidence, and I guess we could even get into the Connor one that happened over.
So I saw something about that too. They showed, that girl says all this shit. Did you see a picture of her? She's a fucking whale.
Okay, but
30 minutes after it happened, she's sitting there hanging out with him for 30 minutes.
Oh, really?
But he raped her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, I heard it was
bullshit.
later on, and they exited him out of the building. I heard it was because he left at just after halftime.
Here, I'll show you.
Well, I that's what I said. That's why it's all hearsay.
That you know what they need to do? They need to come up with something for.
He's an easy target.
To curb that. Yeah, there she is, hanging out with him, 30 minutes after she claims it happened.
See, I don't know if we know. How do we know that that's 30 minutes after? Did she give a timeline?
Yeah.
See, I didn't. My daughter read the story to me because we were sitting around and we didn't really get a timeline on it.
So they need to start penalizing.
So if you
these
don't know
women exactly how they
oh yeah,
with the men.
The story is basically at the Chicago Bulls game or at the Heat game where
was that like a slip because Jimmy Butler?
Yeah,
Michael
I think it
Jordan's
was.
son? Okay.
Well, because Butler played for him, and they're both red, and he punched out the Heat's mascot. But on the same night all of that happened, I guess this happened. And I figured they're like, well, he punched somebody out, but they're probably going to believe this. And if a lot of the stories even close to true about him, it, not completely out of the realm, but again, that's we live in a crazy time where you can just say what you want and people take it as true.
Yep.
Or you say something as a joke and people take it as serious. So either way, we're kind of screwed.
Can we talk about last week? We interviewed the president.
We did.
Okay.
We had apparently it was an AI Donald Trump called in.
We had all kinds of different things of, wow, that sounds just like him, to
sounds like
not,
Stewie.
Yeah, it's not him.
There's no way he got on there. Well, obviously,
where did I miss the part? They interviewed Donald J. Trump. Couldn't they get at least an impersonator?
Did you see my follow-up, though?
Yeah.
At least read my follow-up.
Sorry we disappointed you. He sounds different on the phone, I guess. This person did
laughed, liked it.
Must be AI. Sounds like Stewie. Jacob's got shit for brains. Not even Trump. Really, Jacob?
Yeah, we understand it was, well, I mean, it was a parody, but it was Trump. Oh, no.
Yeah. So
I thought it was great.
I think that's the best thing we've ever done.
That was one of the most enjoyable shows I've had in a while. Just literally being able to sit outside the building so I couldn't be in here because he wouldn't allow me in here, and just listening to you guys bust up, and then later just watching the joy in this guy's face and laugh throughout that whole thing just made, even if only 18 people listened to the show.
Well, we had a lot of people watch us on TikTok, and that was where I wanted to start my beef with about TikTok. Okay, so I told you, and I haven't told Skimman this, but today I posted a video of our latest TikTok of us with Trump, and this is with you saying, or with Trump saying, what don't you like about Joe Biden and Kamala Harris? And he's like, well, they're liberals. And then I put the city boys behind it. And I just put in the caption, liberals. And literally when we post TikToks, we get hundreds of views within an couple hours. It was 4 hours and we had 9 views. So I deleted it, made the exact same TikTok, and took liberals out of the thing, out of the caption, and it got up to a couple hundred views within a couple hours, and then it stalled out, which that happens a lot.
Yeah, and we'll work on the long format ones, getting some little longer cuts and clips going. But
So
yeah,
like this one here was probably our longest one, and it's like almost 3 minutes.
Yeah.
The same. And the one that got the most views was this one.
and we're at both of them. We're at close to a 10% success rate, which is what we look for. If 20 people watch, 2 people like it. If 200 people watch, 20,
That's 10%, but that's good though.
That's what I said. I know. That's why I was just adding the math up. Okay. No, I got you. That's why I said we're at our 10%. I didn't.
I think you said 20%.
Oh, okay. Sorry. 10 people watch it. 2 people like.
There we go. That's
but
20%.
There you go.
But anyway,
It sounds good at math.
It's just so hard to figure out. It's like almost if we maybe had a kid that was a social media person that could maybe figure it out. I can't figure it out.
Well, to be fair, though, you have 99 followers on that account, and you're getting those kind of views and likes. So
and
that's
another thing. So the other night I looked at it, I was like, whoa, we jumped over 100. And then this morning I looked at it, and it dropped down by 10.
it happens. You make one person mad.
Yeah,
and
but
then
it's just crazy. And I
even
can't
like me,
understand.
I've screwed up my TikTok, and I haven't really been on there
And
for
we
a
need
while.
to probably start pushing some of these videos through yours since you have them more. But
I
I'm
do
getting
share.
The
I
views.
was gonna say I share them all
I don't know
to
what
my.
that does.
I mean,
but-
because I'll get I'll see it on my page, like your friend liked this or whatever.
Yeah.
So I mean, it helps, but yeah, it's not big enough. But I'm over TikTok. I mean, I say that. Thanks. Hey, thanks for watching on TikTok. We
just my beautiful wife's watching.
I know.
Hey,
2
girlfriend.
people. Somebody else is there. Or you? No, Jay Driver's
Hey,
there.
Hey, Jay.
Well, now he's gone, but that's fine.
Jay's like, fuck these guys.
These
I'm
guys are
out.
weirdos. They have fake Trumps, and you know.
Well, it was the funniest thing that.
Oh,
we've
I
ever
enjoyed
done.
the hell. Even my wife was dying laughing. Anybody that is regular listeners of the show, I got a couple different comments like that was great. Even Mexico or Shannon enjoyed it. So
my buddy Raymond, he was driving.
everybody loves him, or
Yes, everybody does love Raymond.
okay.
But he was driving. He's one of the guys I worked with on the pipeline. He was driving somewhere and snapped. Oh, I'm fucking bored. I said, listen to this, Raymond. He goes, I don't like podcasts. I was like, just fucking listen to this. I said, started at 27 minutes. That's where the Trump interview
Which
starts.
I need to cut it that way too, and
Yeah.
just do the interview. But
So he snaps me back later. You guys are fucking crazy. That was hilarious. Like, and he doesn't like that.
That's why I
kind
said
of
if you
shit,
make
but
it
he
to
thought
that-
it was hilarious.
there was a mix of things that happened in that show. There was some good stuff in the first 27 minutes, but if you just go find the presidential seal of approval, fast forward at 27 minutes, watch that, then you'll want to go back and watch other shows. You'll be looking for funny
Yeah.
stuff like that.
There's funny stuff like that all over.
All over the place.
Yep.
So, what you got that story pulled up? The missing Titanic sub.
Have you seen pictures of this?
Yeah, it looks like a spermer.
I don't know. I mean, people paid for this.
Well, it cost $250,000 to go down, and that's really the only part I care about, other than I guess some billionaires missing in this.
Yeah.
Sign this waiver.
Yeah,
But
and I think on the waiver it said something about you'll die. You could die or be killed 3 different
Well, yeah,
times
because
in
it's
it.
like the depth that they go to is an
Yeah.
insane
They
depth.
said 6,000 square feet.
It's apparently
pressure
deeper
on you.
than
Or
a lot of
6,000 square feet.
6,000 miles.
6,000 pounds
Feet.
of square feet.
6,000
pressure?
miles.
Yeah,
I
6,000
don't
pounds of pressure on you.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
It's 13,000 feet below.
And I guess it's been pretty successful, but they showed that they control this thing with like a PlayStation 1
Xbox.
remote. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but it looked like a PlayStation 1, but people were saying Xbox. So
But yeah, a controller. But I can't believe there's not some sort of locator on this. And I know it's the depths of the sea, but they put them on like orcas and sharks and stuff you would think.
Right here. A submarine traveling to the Titanic wreckage disappeared on Sunday, and crews continue to search for it. About why it's not resurfaced yet. Officials with the U.S. Coast Guard...
We're down to what, 32 hours of air
Yeah,
left?
earlier I saw 40 hours. So
Well, that was early this morning, 8 hours
Yeah.
later.
they're about
do
out
know
of
a little
time.
math.
They're about out of time.
Well, 32, that's like a whole weekend almost.
Well, don't you think you could just jump out and swim up? That's what I would do.
I think you would die instantly.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
it
think so,
sounds
too.
like the pressure of, yeah.
How come James Cameron can figure it out, but these guys can't?
Not when the screen door's closed.
Yeah, I mean, maybe somebody left the screen door open.
It's like that Stephen Bronson guy that did the Virgin flight, and then he went missing, and everybody's freaking out. And it's like, do you really... I don't know. When you got that kind of money, you know what? These guys, that's what they go for. They do the weird choking stuff when they're having sex. They do all that stuff. They can't get enough. So like,
Or like hang yourself and jerk off. And
hey
then
man, don't you talk about Bourdainin?
Or Robin Williams.
Yeah, don't you? Well, don't bring up two of our heroes of our show.
David Carradine.
There's a lot of. I think one person's was a depression, one's was a boredom, and I don't know about David Carradine. I don't know what his was.
How long is it going to take before somebody starts pinching loaves over in the corner of the sub?
They said there was like they're like, it has a bathroom, and they showed just like a piss bottle.
Oh, I wonder if I thought it had like something maybe would shoot it out of the
You're
water.
supposed to poop in a bottle?
I think you just hold it.
I could poop in a bottle. If
It says they have enough oxygen to last until Thursday if there's no panic. I'm sure they're not.
I'm sure they're not panicking at all. They're sitting at the
Robbie's
bottom of
over
the
here
ocean.
shitting
And
himself.
they're like inside the Titanic, wrecking into it and
Looking
bonk,
for fucking
bonk,
plates
bonk.
and shit in there.
Well, again, I don't think they can get out unless this thing has arms. We've discussed this quite a
No,
few
they're
times.
looking with their.
Oh, okay.
They have like cameras and shit on it.
All right. Well, my question I wanted to get to is if you had $250,000 you had to spend in one day, what would you spend it on?
First, I'd buy a new truck, and then I would buy a wrestling ring, and we would start a wrestling company.
Okay, that's not bad. Skin Man, what would you spend $250,000 on? I should have said you can't pay something off or buy something, but I
Yeah, you
mean,
did.
but no, it's too late because you bought a truck and
I
did
bought
that.
a truck, yeah.
What would you do with $250,000 in one? You had to spend it that day. You know, like me, my problem would be I don't think I could get to the bank and get all that cleared through, so I couldn't pay off my house. So what would you do with $250,000?
I would buy land in Oklahoma
Oh,
across the street from my buddy
oh.
and then just wreck the market value. Like
Skin
look
Ranch opens up.
Look who the hell just
Just
moved
moved
in
in
next door.
Yep.
Well, his other neighbor's a millionaire, and
He's got the eyesore on the prairie,
You put the worst single wide in Oklahoma out there.
and not even that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say for that
Quarter
money,
wide.
for that you'd just probably get the land, and he'd have a hammock, and maybe
Yeah.
do like some tarps and stuff for a while.
It's
And
gonna be Tent City, baby.
What would you buy?
if I could do it, I'd probably pay off my house and just
But you
try
can't
to
do
pay
that.
debt off.
No paying off debt.
I would probably try to find somebody I'd hire somebody to go punch all the people that I can't punch. I'd
Give
find
me
like
$1.
I'd find like, well, that's what I said. I think I'd have to find like 25 people and give them a list of people, and whatever that money is, I'd like to just, I all have to video it, and they just walk in, because I got a list and it's growing.
Here's a pen and a paper. I'm your
daily.
I do have a pretty good list.
I'm
I'm definitely a grudge holder.
I don't know if I'm a grudge holder. My list has just started growing lately. There's just a group of people, in this world that just need punched, and I've started writing their names down whenever I can get them, and just in case I ever do run into this kind of silly money, you call it.
Yeah.
And they could all even say at the end, yeah, I mean, I got paid to do it, but it's not like a hit. I wouldn't want them to like physically like kill them or nothing. I just want them, people that have never been punched in the face need punched in the face. I'd honestly would probably do the same thing as you, minus the wrestling thing. I'd try to buy vehicles for all my family and at least be done with that, because cars are stupid expensive. But basically for $250,000, I would get to buy 4 cars.
Pretty much.
If that, depending if I wanted a truck, most of it would be gone with that.
I did notice the truck was around back. What's up with that?
So the storms were rolling in Saturday, and that tree is in very bad shape. So
okay.
I moved everything out from under it so it didn't fall on. I meant to move it before Skin Man came over because I took his spot and I knew it was gonna.
Okay.
I'm gonna put my truck where that truck was.
Did your power go out?
We did lose power.
Did your Skin Man?
I slept through it so hard I didn't even hear the
Flashed.
Yeah.
tornado sirens.
Ours never went off.
See, we had some people live in South Wichita said they went off, and then I had somebody in Park City said they went off.
Definitely, they probably went off up there.
And then Derby, where my daughter was staying the night with her boyfriend, they went off. And then the sirens went off as well.
Ours went out, and the kids were kind of freaking out about it, and we hung out down in the basement for a little bit, but it was late enough, and it all passed, and I told my wife, I was like, let's go get in bed.
I want to rewind, and I want to go back. I would buy a Jamba Juice.
A Jamba Juice?
Yeah, and I'd start a Jamba Juice somewhere.
I don't think you'd make a lot of money with it, but go for it.
I don't care if I could.
Because you're on a health kick now, you want Jamba Juice?
Well, no, and just how cool would it be to just sit at a Jamba Juice place, and the people that come in there are the not, it'd just be fun. I do interviews and, I'd probably reopen one in the mall, honestly, and I'd probably go to Town West where they're shutting off the electricity and open it
I
up.
wanted to talk about that. How much do you think their electric bill is?
They said with back taxes and electric bill, it's like $369,000, but they didn't break out the
400,000. But I think that was they were saying they've wrote 400 a bad check for 400,000 to the electric company before. I'd be really pissed off if I was a tenant in there and I was hooked to their electricity. And
that's what I was going to say, because it sounds like all the big places, the Pennies, the Dillards, or whatever's open in there, still get to keep theirs because they're separately powered.
In the movie theater.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But all like the food court, which I think there's only one place open in there anyway. If you're in the Wichita, Kansas area, we have 2 malls. One of them is vibrant, pretty busy still, which surprises me. The Town East Mall, which is all the shootings happen.
Yeah.
And then the Town West Mall, which is the safe mall where I like to go shop, and my family gets so mad at me because there's only 6 stores open.
I took my kids.
It's a ghost town.
Kids.
There we go. I'll buy that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
We could do our wrestling there. We could do.
We could do that. Yeah.
I could start my Jamba Juice there. We could do all of our. We could have our podcast there.
Hell
it's
yeah.
closer to Skin Man, to E.
I told the
Sbarro's.
kids that about. I was like, this place used to be jumping. It's like this used to be the place to go when we were.
Yeah, Dick's
your age
is separate.
Or whatever.
Yeah, it was a different time.
We weren't old enough to know better.
Well, I mean, it was busy back then. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I say. I think that one was happening. It's old. It's falling apart. The stuff around it. I mean, once Denim and Diamonds opened up.
that was the downhill.
That was the downhill. They had the Wildcat bar out there. I just think, it just when you start doing that, and then they had the only reason we used to go to that one, honestly, is they had the little jumpy or like you hook up to it and like fly
Flippies,
up and do all that, and they had the Middle Eastern gentleman that would hook you up to it. And
we went there the other day. They were playing pickleball over by Dick's.
Oh, really?
You come onto Dick's and hang a right and go towards the food court. They had pickleball courts over
Fuck
there.
yeah, man. See, it sucks that if that could be repurposed right. I mean, I don't get why they haven't moved the flea market type stuff there. I mean, there's a lot of options to use that place, and but it's falling apart, and apparently your electricity will get shut off at any time. So I guess I get it.
But they said Monday, and then they pushed it back to today, so I don't know what they're waiting on.
We're going to go up to the corner for this one. A Vegas sex worker offered an orgy to the Las Vegas Golden Knights for winning the cup. News.
They won the coveted Stanley Cup for the first time, and the city of Vegas is overjoyed, with sex workers reportedly offering the players an orgy to celebrate the victory.
I'm interested. I mean, but I'm not interested. You know what I mean? Like, I want to know if anybody takes them up on it, but how will we ever know?
One of the licensed sex workers
Get off TikTok.
wants to be a part of this historic moment. So, licensed sex workers?
Yeah, in Vegas, it's legal. You can be licensed. They're starting a union, I believe, of sex workers.
What's it cost to join the sex worker union there?
Well, it depends who your pimp is or whatever,
it's true.
or your handler. Is that all you're reading? Read the.
Catch up.
Speaking of pimps, I've been watching The Deuce on HBO. Have you seen that? It's like about in the 70s in New York with hookers and pimps.
Okay, hookers at the point.
What's his name? Jake Gyllenhaal's sister, Maggie Gyllenhaal, is a independent hooker in there, and she just got the shit beat out of her. And the main pimp that's been trying to get her is like, man, girl, that's why I say
She has got to be
somebody looking out for you.
She's got to be the lowest leading actress of
gets naked
hotness
in it.
of. I mean, I'm sure I've seen dudes naked before. Cool.
You don't find her attractive?
Zero.
Skin Man?
Who?
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
She was in the new She was
Yeah.
what's his name in the not the newest Batman, but the Batman Returns, and she's in the Heath Ledger one. I don't nothing again. I mean, she's attractive. I'm not an attractive person to judge how somebody
she's an
is.
actress. That's a thing too. I've noticed there's been a lot of unattractive women in movies lately.
That's okay. I mean, I think it's okay. They try to play her as a sexy character a lot of the time, and I don't understand it.
Lee finds her attractive.
Oh, the milk's gone bad.
She is a fine actress. She's good at it.
She looks pretty there.
Yeah, she's like, I mean, that homely.
She reminds me of somebody we used to work with at Suburban.
Shoes and socks?
No.
Oh, I don't know.
That's something I had heard a lot. Somebody that works up front. Look.
I don't know about that.
A little bit.
Nah.
Looks like an Oedipus syndrome waiting to happen.
I just don't know. I find her just. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't mean this as a male chauvinist way or nothing. She's a great actor. I just hate that they always try to play her in a sexy role.
Yeah.
And I don't get it. Why can't? I mean, you don't have to push sex on somebody that's not. I don't like that.
Well, it's
they
a
don't
preference. It's like like
Yes.
steak. Some people like a flat iron. Some people like a ribeye. But
some people like well done. Those are weird people.
that's well done. She's had too much sun.
Yeah.
Probably.
She's
too
got. I
many
mean,
sun.
she's an attractive enough lady. I don't know. She's a 4 on my 1 to 10.
You think she's that high?
Yeah. I mean, that's probably where she is. Is that her?
This is what she looks like in the Deuce.
It looks better there, actually, because now I have weakness for, whiskey tangos or white.
Hookers?
Yeah, well, not just white trash looking girls, not now, but back in the day, I always had a thing for, I don't know.
She'll be a shoo-in if they remake the Tales from the Crypt.
Some people call them trailer park girls or, they like to party.
This chick's in it, and she's probably the best looking chick in it. But
Well, did you find the rest of your story, buddy? Are we done with?
Yes, it was Alice Little had said dozens of ladies, herself included, are ready and waiting at the chicken ranch.
Did we look that up?
Bring it up.
Okay, I'll look it up. Sorry, Skimmin.
To treat the nights to any and every carnal delight, and there will be absolutely no penalties for misconduct. Most extravagant orgastic sex party.
Orgastic.
I think she made
That
it
looks
up.
like that's old school, man.
Ooh.
They got a decent little lineup.
Let's go through the lineup right
We're
here.
checking out the ladies on the Chicken Ranch. If you want to get along and follow with us, the Chicken Ranch brothel in Las Vegas, Nevada. A legal Nevada brothel.
Out of these 4, who do we pick?
Because I can't see her face, that one.
Who?
Dahlia.
Skin Man?
They're all too thin.
Yeah,
Okay.
Gigi's pretty decent looking.
I know Skin Man's
There
picking.
we go.
Kalia.
I don't know. Nyla Driver doesn't look too bad.
All right.
Eve.
Emily Dubois needs to eat some
Dubois.
Dubois.
Yeah, she's from
Is that,
from New
Is that
Orleans.
showing up on the TikToks?
Just a little piece of it. It's not on TikTok, but it is on our feed. So
Okay.
I don't know how much of that they'll see. We might get kicked off.
I don't think you can see it that
Facebook,
well. It's a
so.
little. They
Yeah,
have a
but-
pool party coming up in July. What do you think it costs to get in there? Okay, VIP benefits.
$1.05.
Lightly catered parties for you and 20 friends. Do we even have 20 friends? I don't think so. Yeah, I probably so. 20% off retail merchandise, drink specials, complimentary bottle of alcohol
we
up
can
to
show up.
and including Dom Perignon.
We can show up with 17 homeless people and us.
I was gonna say we'd be able to get friends. I don't think I
can
could.
find
I don't
friends
think
in
I could.
Look, this dude picked me up and take me there.
Even if I was single, I would really struggle to, just because every time I'm with a girl, my wife who I've been with for 20 years, I'm worried about disappointing her. I'm going to pay for it, then I'm going to disappoint. I just, she's going to say I've had bigger or whatever.
Apply now.
Well, that lineup does not look like the same one we just looked at. So they use fake girls.
Look at that one.
That's a dude.
The one in the middle.
This one?
No.
This one?
Yeah.
I knew that's the one you'd
Well,
pick.
obviously.
Skin Man would pick this one.
Yeah.
This looks like somebody we know's wife.
She looks like the chick from Jersey Shore.
Is this the right place for me? Working for a brothel isn't for everyone. It takes a special kind of woman to put men at ease and then rock their world. Let's start off with the most important
Are
question.
you a whore?
Do you- It says yes or no. No, sorry, this is the place
This
for
is
you.
not the place for you.
Do you like sex? If you don't love the intimacy and the excitement and the pleasure of sex, this won't be a good fit. But if there is nothing you love more than getting hot and sweaty with men and sometimes women, there is no better job on earth. Next, are you constantly fielding compliments.
Cocks.
Compliments is how beautiful you are. Are you often described as hot or sexy? Even better. The Chicken Ranch has some of the most attractive women from around the country.
I'm hot. I think I'm gonna go have sex with.
Yeah.
The thing about hold on. The thing about being hot is if you do it right.
Like temperature?
No,
Or
being
sexy.
Yeah, you just find one or two rich dudes and do it that way. That rather than 67 a month, medium to poor dudes.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, it's.
Do they have their rates on there just
Let's see.
in case Skin Man goes and visits Vegas again?
Is there an old hen ranch? Like 60 plus?
Thick hen.
Hey, we can interview you virtually. Virtually.
I'd like to do the Rooster Ranch. Oh.
Let's see here. Apply now.
No,
Are you
don't really.
21 years or older?
Yes. All right. Well,
hold
TJ
on.
was going to try to apply to be. Oh, they want pictures of you within the last year.
We should just pick pictures of you on here.
We should. But I'll dress up as a chick and do it.
Yeah, be like you into trans.
Next week I'll be ready. We're going to submit our application for that.
I'll hold.
I'm thinking about shaving my beard off anyway, so.
Yeah.
No, leave it for the photo shoot.
That's true.
Trim it
They'll
up.
just think I'm Maggie Gyllenhaal anyway.
My name is Maggie Gyllenhaal.
That'd be awesome if you basically did that. Like I want to. That's what we ought to do is pick like a famous person and apply as them. Use their pictures and stuff.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Or like get some old Anna Nicole pictures. Like I know this looks a lot like Anna Nicole. I've get told that all the time.
I hear that all the time. It wants to know like if you've been a stripper before.
I always wondered about those places. Do they do like a weekly STD test? Do they monthly? Do they? And I know they do. You know, you're supposed to do condoms and all that, but
Probably somewhat like a.
I mean, herpes has got to be flowing wild in there because a dude's gonna go in there that can't get laid, and maybe hopefully, I'd feel more comfortable with my sex brothel if I had to do an STD test before I went and did it.
Yeah.
I know it's a big hoop to jump through, but if we're keeping the streets clean, you know, or the Chicken Ranch clean, that's how you should do it.
Okay.
Cleaning the coop with Casey.
Do you have any more sex stuff you want to talk about?
That's as good as it gets. I mean, that I really think we should add. You should put in here. We're like, I didn't see anything about if I'm a whore or not, but I just
I was
kinda
gonna say
assumed.
I would answer the first question with yes.
That was great.
I do have more reasons to not have cats and why cats are stupid.
Cats or calves?
Cats, calves. I don't have those either.
Overrated.
But cats, you know, recently found out chickens are better at hunting mice than cats.
Okay.
I found out that you can get a parasite called toxoplasma. It's a parasite that attacks the brain. You get it from fecal matter. That's why they've always told kids or pregnant women to don't change cat litter. You're not supposed to have cats in your face because I guess they get it and then they kiss on you and then you get it and it makes you depressed. It makes you want to drink more. I wonder if I have it, so I'm going to get tested for it next. I've been tested for everything else.
Yeah, we can't have those pregnant ladies drinking more.
I find cats kind of disgusting.
Yeah, I've never. There's a cat or two in this world. Like when I grew up,
Tommy the cat, our friend from that fetches the tampons.
We had two cats growing up, Dude and Bud. And Dude hid up in the rafters or somewhere all the time, so he was never really around. And then Bud, and it was my mom's first girlfriend's cats.
Okay, I figured these are your dad's cats.
No,
like Dude and Bud.
No, they were. What's a lesbian named them? So same thing.
These are your lesbian cats.
No, they were straight. Well, they were both male. I don't know if they were gay or straight, but my mom's girlfriend happened to be a lesbian at this time.
Oh,
so she named
Okay.
She named them Dude and Bud.
Why do you think cats have those weird like hook penises?
I don't know. I've never looked at a cat's penis.
Yeah, they're weird.
Tell me more about it. I guess I don't.
They're not like normal penises.
I probably because everything else about them's weird. That's how you get. Don't type in cat penis. God dang it! I knew you were gonna. It's called a cat spine. It's not a penis. Penile spines.
They're weird. Look at that one. That's like something somebody made. For
That's
a
a
cat to
yard.
play with.
Yeah, luckily they're not showing a lot of cat penises on there. They're the one they have a censored out cat penis. That might be that'll be the
this one.
That's what we'll use for the banner for the show this next week.
Boudoir cat.
I would like to have a cat.
I like that
in
of
the
all the
country.
things that you searched cat penis hides from you, but you can search brothel.
What
all
about
that.
this cat right here? It's just like going to town on that thing.
Yeah, there on the left is one.
Which one right here?
Yeah.
Looks
I don't
like
know.
a
It looks like
foot.
looks similar to my penis.
Yeah, weird.
Size and shape and everything.
What
Now.
about this dude right here? He's like, "What up?" That'd be on one of those cat posters.
But yeah, don't if you have cats. Not to offend you, but get a dog. They're cooler. They can help protect you. They don't sleep on your head. I did have one awesome cat growing up.
I thought you had a cat that did
Yeah,
crack.
Shorty or 8 Ball, we called it.
Yeah.
I had it for about 8 months before it started. A cat gang ran out,
Mhm.
started breaking through windows and killing raccoons and rabbits and all kinds of shit. So
Hell yeah.
we're gonna go up to Skin Man for another story, and then we'll do a couple things here. News.
Drug syndicate hid meth in Canadian maple syrup, canola oil, bound for down under.
I just can't get enough of this syrup.
Wellington, New
So
Zealand.
much.
A drug syndicate that tried to smuggle tons
No!
tons of methamphetamine from Canada to Australia and New Zealand by hiding it in shipments of maple syrup and canola oil has its ruse busted, authorities said Thursday.
See, this is kind of what we talked about on my To Catch a Smuggler show I've been watching. They hiding it in all kinds of weird stuff, man, but I'd never seen maple syrup yet.
What was that weird one you saw the other day with the old lady? What was it?
They had them like prime type bottle, or they were actually shampoo.
Oh, no, you're saying it was candy or something, right? The old lady, she had like grandma candy and it was in the candy.
Yeah, but the other one was the lady that got busted also had like the shampoo bottles and had like freaking, a large amount, 300 liquid grams of freaking cocaine in her bag, dude. That's like $650,000.
I want that.
Australian police say they intercepted 4 separate hauls of meth weighing more than 6 tons.
Holy shit.
Shit.
Walter White didn't even make that much meth.
And filed charges against 6 men.
Man,
Wow.
that's insane from Canada to Australia. But Australia, like, there's no rules, there's no, and they don't care. They're going to kill. You're going to die of something in Australia.
Something's going to kill
Everything
you.
kills you in Australia. It might as well be our cocaine syrup.
766 gallons of liquid meth had been hidden in 180 bottles.
How many gallons?
766.
How big are these bottles?
Yeah, like if it's a 50-gallon drum.
Let me do some math. Oh, you got it. 760 divided by. Oh, you already had too much on there.
I did wrong.
760 divided by 180.
4.2 gallons.
So those are big. I wonder if they're 5-gallon bottles and it was 4.2 of meth and then just the
Whatever
syrup
their
on
height-
top.
Yeah.
That's color.
So 7 men got busted or 6 men got busted. We need to come up with something, not like that, but we need to come up with a money-making scheme,
I thought that's what this was.
It is. It's so far I've made $4.03, so thank you.
We did make $7 at one time.
That's
on
true.
Clapper.
That's true.
Still
And
in our
that's
account.
where I should have went live on was actually Clapper today.
I need to just set it up over here and just see what we can get.
Yeah, you just freaking play it and point it in different directions. So I did another podcast this weekend. Thanks, Josh, for having me on again. It was just the 3 of us. We did top 5 songs you have on repeat. So that was for music lovers only. It was a good time. I met another good dude on there, made him laugh a little bit, tried to be funny. I wore my Britney bitch shirt.
I did see that. What's your top 5 songs on repeat?
What I ended up with was, I got that right here on a list. My number 5 was, it's a Mongolian heavy metal band, The Who. It's Yav Yav You.
Well, I've listened to that.
Yep.
You sent me that.
I had Bow Down by West Side Connection.
Okay.
Bow Down to Casey Grunin because he's greater than you.
Okay.
I had Eminem's Rap God. And I could have had just all 5 Eminem songs, honestly. I had Jay-Z Do It Again. Put your hands up. You got 5 seconds to put your drinks down. It's just like when I had, these are different points in my life, but I had a car that sounded so awesome on my system in.
Is this kind of like your Cher one that you had in your Mercury Capri or whatever the fuck it was?
It was Madonna.
Oh, Madonna, yeah.
She hit hardcore. And then I had Sublime Smoke 2 Joints as my number 1.
I don't know that song.
It's a good song. And there was a bunch. I mean, I had like Adam Sandler's Piece of Shit Car was honorable mention. I had Limp
Skin
Bizkit.
Man would have been good for this.
I know. I want to have him on there. I think he'd enjoy doing this. Limp Bizkit, Faith, had a bunch of Dirty Head stuff. My Sweet Summer's Gone. If you don't know Dirty Heads, they're awesome. And then I had like Talking Heads, Psycho Killer, which once you listen to that one, it's one that you could just listen to 100 times. I listen to a lot of alternative music, old school rap, alternative, and then Limp Bizkit. I did just see a story. I meant to send it to you about Fred Durst. God, I don't even want to talk. I can't remember who it was. He had some, God dang it, Mick Jagger or one of those type guys. It wasn't him. It was some guy of that era came over to like jam with them. They were going to record some stuff.
Yeah.
And this is back in the heyday of Limp Bizkit. And they went over to Fred Durst's house, and they were all smoking pot in there. And I guess this guy hated it, so he just upped and left, but left all of his guitars and all of his gear there.
Yeah.
Well, he got home and he started calling, saying, "I'm going to send somebody over to get it." Well, they were still jamming and all this. So Fred swears, he didn't hear him or nothing, but this guy owns a tank. So he lives like 2 miles from Fred Durst, drives his tank over to Fred Durst, parks in the yard, knocks on the door. Fred Durst opens, he has a gun on him, and then fucking basically holds him at gunpoint while he makes all the rest of the guys load all of his shit into his tank and then drives off. I'll get the real story next week. But it was told on another podcast I listened to, and I can't think of the fucking dude's name that it was, but it was just kind of like, well, you don't like pot, but you like fucking tanks and pulling guns on people.
Well, that makes sense.
I want to say it was, what's his name? Cat Scratch Fever guy,
Ted Nugent.
Ted Nugent. It sounds like something he would do, but it wasn't him.
Okay.
I don't think he owns a tank.
I wouldn't doubt if he owns a tank or he's trying to build one. Well, we'll kind of finish. We'll do a little. Biden finally got busted. The world's happy about it, except it was the wrong Biden. It's the one they've actually been going after the most, Hunter, which makes zero sense because it's somebody's kid, unless he really does have ties to the big Biden. But I'll say it like this. If he did something wrong, bust him. If Joe Biden did something wrong, bust him. But if Trump does something wrong, can we also agree that it's time to fucking bust him?
They just want to bust everybody right now.
Well, it's fine, but of all of the cases, none of the ones I've heard so far involve quite as much national security. We get kicked off. It's a very good chance.
I don't know. I think it lags if you're not on it.
Yeah, whatever. But he got busted
about wrestling too.
Yeah, that's true. But he got busted on essentially 2 misdemeanors for tax evasion or not paying taxes, and then buying a gun illegally.
Hunter Biden would be badass to have.
That's what I said. That's what I said. I think if most of the Republicans that say they hate him don't hate him, they hate Joe Biden.
Yeah, we don't.
Because
hate him.
most of the Republicans actually, I think, have got to know Hunter Biden sounds like a Republican. He does drugs. He likes guns. He cheats on his taxes. He cheats on his wife.
I don't think he has a wife. I think he just does crack.
Okay, well,
yeah.
I don't know. I just was trying to finish out the thing. He sounds like he would be your guys' next idea presidential candidate.
I don't know about that.
All right, well, let's do some wrestling talk.
Okay, well, it finally happened. Just hit our sounder for just a second. You
just made the list.
That was pushing the limit.
I know. I didn't get into that next little thing.
The next deal. Well, it finally happened. The Usos have officially all the way turned on Roman.
Yeah, that kind of got me back into wrestling a little more. I've watched since that moment. It was time. That was 2 double badass kicks too, man.
Just the way Jay is so good. He's just sitting there talking shit. You out.
And
tell him,
so
brother,
am I.
And I'm out too. Boom, super kick. And Solo's like, what the fuck? And he goes in, fucking swings on Jay. He ducks. Jimmy gets him with the super kick. Then they a double super kick. And Roman's sitting there on the ground. How could you do this to me? And he gets up and that fucking double super kick. Looked like Roman got shot with a fucking cannon.
Yeah, I think they really got him. They may have got him like in the chest a little more, but it sounded like they really got him.
It looked like they got him. I mean, they kicked the fuck out of him. Roman probably told him too. He said, I want you to fucking kick my head off. And he was down, and it was badass. And
I think they wear like microphones in their shoes or something. Stop.
They slapped their legs.
I know.
But, I mean, it's loud. And so we're going to have the Bloodline Civil War at Money in the Bank. We're going to have the Usos versus Solo and Roman. I don't know what they're going to do.
They're definitely trying to.
I just want them to do it. If they're going to take the title off of Roman, let Jay do it. I don't care if it's just for like a day. I don't care if it's like he loses it like, say, SummerSlam. Jay Uso. Do it a triple threat. Do Jay Uso and Jimmy versus Roman. and then maybe not even have Roman take the pin. Maybe Jay pins Jimmy and wins, and then he's a champ for one day. The only thing it does is it ruins the streak or whatever. But
it's
at
time.
this point, he's got 1,000. Yeah,
It's time.
and then let Roman win it back the next
He's not.
day, or
He's not.
somebody
He's
else.
not Bob Backlund. You know,
Yeah.
it's time.
What's the other guy's name that had it forever? Pedro Morales,
Yeah.
or the guy that had it for the longest. He was like champ for like 4,000 days. I think they want Roman in the top 3, and then just let Jay win it, and then give Roman a fucking break, man.
Yeah, it's hard to say what they'll do. We're talking about WWE.
So, and we were talking about it. Your boy Cody Rhodes is going to wrestle Dominic, and you just don't think Dom has it, right?
No, I just don't get it. I think he probably could, but they use him as such a weak character. Even like, they do a triple threat match last night with all the guy with Sammy, KO, and him.
Yeah, but as far as getting over and stuff, he's fucking.
Yeah,
up there
no,
'cause
that's what I said. He couldn't even. They were doing an interview and he couldn't even talk. He would just get booed. And Mommy was trying to stop it.
Yeah, Bruno Sammartino is who I'm talking about. 1,237 days. Hogan 1,474. Bob Backlund 2,135 days. What a fucking dork. And
He was just on that the one I told you I watched with the Iron Sheik.
He still looks exactly the same, too.
He was the first person to ever do the Iron Sheiks thing, Iron Sheiks, whatever those calls, clubs.
Somehow this list is wrong because, look, it goes from Punk 434 to Pedro Morales 1027 and Roman's.
Well, I don't know of any other people that have been at much more than a year.
But, I mean, Roman's not in here. Oh, Brock. Oh, you know why? Because this is WWE Championship.
Well,
champions.
Yeah, maybe longest reigning because it hasn't stopped yet, maybe. I don't know.
Because Brock Lesnar was like Universal Champ for like 400-something days. It doesn't matter. Yeah. But anyways, I would assume that he's almost to this because it was 1,000 days not too long ago. So probably go for that. 12.
Hard to know.
What would that be, like Christmas or something like that?
Yeah, I don't. Well,
if May was 1,000.
Well, another 200 days. We're probably into next year, aren't we? Almost at that point when there's 365 in it.
To this, you'd have to get to like SummerSlam of next year.
It's hard to say what they'll do.
But I mean, God, the guy needs. I mean, I know he's not working a full time schedule, but he kind of.
Well, I was gonna say he doesn't really work at all. He wrestles only on main events.
Yeah, he wrestled.
He gets kicked but he really just does main events.
So okay, what do you think he's gonna do?
That's hard.
You think they're gonna bring in some outside guys that aren't the?
I think that I think what's his name's gonna turn on him Solo.
You think, and everybody's gonna be against him?
Yeah.
Here we go.
And I still don't understand Solo. I just don't. But he never actually wrestles except in a tag match or.
He hasn't really even been around that long in WWE.
I know, but for them to make him as badass as he's supposed to be, and he's got the one thumb thing.
Yeah,
and
just like a Mogget. So we're gonna have that match. Okay, Dom and Cody. Oh, speaking of that, they had a Father's Day. Dom and over the weekend, Dom and Ray wrestle, and Ray had him over his lap, fucking spanking his ass. So the Bloodline Civil War Women's Money in the Bank. Let's go ahead and pick a winner here. We got Io Sky, Bayley, Becky Lynch, Zelina Vega, Zoe Stark, and Trish Stratus. You think they're gonna let her win it?
Maybe.
I'd like to see.
I think it's gonna probably be that Zoe Stark because all of a sudden they're bringing her on, and I don't understand that.
Hot and heavy too, and I mean she's jacked.
Just name a name, Skin Man. Who do you got there?
Right here. Women's Money in the Bank. Io Sky, Bayley, Becky Lynch.
He liked the Io Sky. He liked the Asian girl. We'll just pick that one for him.
Okay. Men's Money in the Bank. What was that?
I don't know.
Men's Money in the Bank. LA Knight, Butch, Santos Escobar, Ricochet, Shitstain, Damian Priest, and Logan Paul.
Until last night when they introduced Logan Paul, I would have told you I think it was probably going to be LA Knight, but now I think it's going to be Logan Paul.
God, that's going to piss everybody off. But I would really like to see LA Knight.
Well, the fans would too. He seems like one of the most popular dudes going right now.
If I was going to say I could do 3, I'd do LA Knight, Logan Paul, Ricochet. The 3 I'd like to see.
You said do, but that's fine.
If I could do them, yeah. LA Knight is who I'm picking. And then we got... Why am I gay? I don't know. It's just all this stuff in a row. We got the World Heavyweight title match, Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins. That is Seth Rollins doesn't lose to Braun Breaker tonight.
Yeah, obviously he's not gonna because
yeah.
they wouldn't do that. I don't think they're gonna take it off of Rollins that quick, but they might because they like to do that to him, and maybe he goes back. But I think it'll be Seth freaking Rollins.
That's who I'd like to see Finn Balor get a shot at it, and then maybe get one of the like Dom or.
I liked Finn Balor when he was a good guy. I just don't like him as a bad guy. I don't.
It's the only problem is he tries to sound like a badass, and he
he's
sounds
not.
like a fucking little leprechaun. He's like, "We'll kick her ass, eh?"
Yeah.
Can you do a Irish accent for us, Skin Man?
Oh, but I don't think it'll be very good.
That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
It's more like John Lennon.
That's pretty good. When you said John Lennon, you sounded a little bit more like him, but at first you did. And that's all I got for wrestling.
So are we picking between Usos and?
Oh, I'm going to say.
I want the Usos, and I think the Usos are going to win it.
I would say
because that's just. I mean, they can win this one, but they can't beat him. So
yeah, that's what I want. I want something to happen there. Solo takes the loss, takes a pin. The Usos win, and then at SummerSlam we get triple threat or even a 4-way between all of them, and somehow Jey Uso wins up the title. Just Roman don't take the pin.
Yeah,
Usos blood match.
Yeah.
Or something.
A bloodline match. Because
Bloodline.
last night they were all trying to say your
Civil
mom.
War.
No, but your mommy's team is the biggest team in wrestling now because the biggest faction in wrestling because Bloodline split, and she's
down to 2.
Well, she's the women's champion. Finn Balor could be the men's champion. Priest could be the Money in the Bank, and then Dom is just going to be Dom.
Yeah, I talked a lot of shit on Damian Priest probably around a year ago.
Speaking
of that,
I can't
how
stand
far
his
are we
blouses.
out from a year?
Since when?
For our show.
We're getting close. I don't have to look.
Last episode, we didn't even say it was our 50th.
Yeah, it was
50th show.
Yeah, it was our 50th episode of. Yeah, we've done some specials and stuff, but what I call episode 50 was last week.
Well, it was just
we had number 45 and 47 on, so that
it was such a big big guess that we just didn't even. Well, big deal.
Well,
we got to be getting close. I would assume it was August maybe or July.
I can do some math. Well, just to see, I need to go back and find because the other thing I'm missing is we were posting some shows on the other feed for a while that may not completely count against.
I'm pretty sure I was in New Mexico when we did our first show, correct? Or was I here?
I think it was the second one, but August 7th is what we called TJ's 40th, and that was technically on our feed what I'm calling episode number 1.
Okay.
Was August. Actually, I have that as episode number 4. So I must have went back and found the ones that we posted on. It's 91 episodes since on my feed because we've got the Monday morning paper stuff's on there. And I had somebody the other day that was a new listener found a show from me and Conrad sitting in Pizza Hut, and that was the first show he decided to listen to. And he's like, "What is this shit?"
Yeah.
I said, "It's 2 dudes sitting in Pizza Hut having a freaking, And I was like, "Fast forward to a couple years, or go find some clothes for cleaning, or the Willow episode where we just made fun of Andy the whole time for saying Willow's his favorite movie, or
do we have time to talk about Winnie the Pooh?
We can talk about whatever you want. We can go for 4 hours.
So I told you texted me last night and you said we're talking about wrestling, and I said sorry, we're watching Winnie the Pooh.
And I replied back to you with the IMDb score, the whatever, and I also said sorry to you. Did you see that?
I did see that.
That was okay. So what did you think of it?
Okay, so.
Well, I guess you can break it down to us. This is Winnie the Pooh. What was it called?
Here, you look that up.
I'll look it up. You tell us about it.
So basically, it's a horror movie of Winnie the Pooh where he's killing people. Now, it starts off with kind of a story, and they're talking about how Winnie the Pooh and Piglet, Tigger, and Eeyore. Isn't there a rabbit? Or is there just 4 of them?
There is a rabbit. That's the wise ass one.
What's his name?
I don't know.
Well, anyways, only Winnie the Pooh and Piglet are on.
It's called
there.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Okay. So it starts off with kind of a story, and it talks about how Chris...
Can we do my part first? With menacing, thrilling, and gruesome. Transformed into a federal and bloodthirsty Winnie the Pooh and Piglet, Christopher Robin, and a young group of women are at a remote house.
So it starts off with them telling the story about how Christopher Robin left, and he said, "I'm never going to leave you, Pooh," and he leaves, and he He doesn't come back.
Okay.
So, like, without Christopher Robin there, they start to basically turn some sort of feral.
It's got AOC in it?
It did kind of look like her for a second there.
Now I want to watch.
Well, I mean, it's worth watching. That's what Winnie the Pooh
Is it,
looks
though?
like.
Because
I wouldn't rent it. I paid $6 on Amazon to rent it last night.
and that would be a huge waste of $6, right?
I mean,
You should save up that a couple times and go to the Chicken Ranch, and you'll get the same horror.
I don't want to. My wife wouldn't allow that, and I wouldn't
All
wanna
right.
go anyways. But I'd like for you to get the job there. We'll fill out the application.
Rotten Tomatoes score,
4.
3%.
Okay. All right.
IMDb, 3 out of 10, but 56% of people liked this movie.
Yeah.
So,
Well, he rips this girl's head off. A lot of his kills are with a chop. Pooh's got the.
is it a guy wearing a mask, or is he actually
No,
supposed to be a bear?
He's a bear. He's a
Okay.
bear. So, anyways, they leave him there. They kind of go feral. They're starving to death. They fucking kill Eeyore first.
They kill the tiger?
Eeyore
No,
is
the
a
donkey.
Yeah, they kill. Tigger was not in the movie, and
I was going to say Tigger would have fucked him up.
Neither was the rabbit.
All right.
So it starts off the movie with Christopher Robin and his wife coming back, and he's like, "Hello, this is where I lived, and I used to play in the 100 Acre Wood." And his wife's like, "Come on, dude, I know you're full of shit." He's supposed to be a doctor too, and he's like, "Seriously, it's here." They find their way there, and they get there and they see all of Pooh's honey pots, and they've got blood and shit in them. She's like, "We gotta go, we gotta go." Well, Winnie the Pooh and Piglet come after him, and Piglet kills his wife with the fucking chain. She throws it around her neck and tightens it real tight. As Christopher Robin's just sitting there. He's like, no, Piglet, don't kill her. He doesn't do shit. He tries one time, Piglet pushes him down, and he just lets him kill his wife. So here's Christopher Robin right here. He's
The rabbit's name is Rabbit.
Okay, Rabbit. Well, Rabbit wasn't it. This is Christopher Robin right here, hiding like a little bitch underneath the bed. So that little scene cuts away, and they've killed Christopher Robin's wife, and then they take away Christopher Robin, and you think, oh, he's dead too. Goes the next scene, and then these girls are coming out there, and that's Christopher Robin's wife. She's like a 4 at best, maybe a 3. These are the girls that show up there, and they're basically staying in like an Airbnb.
Yeah.
That whore in the swimsuit, she's the one that dies first.
Okay. When you say horror, you mean sex worker, but go ahead.
Yes. She gets killed. They hog tie her like you saw her there, and Winnie the Pooh runs over her with a Dodge Charger.
He drives?
Yeah, he drives a car. Piglet's got her down, and he's holding like Triple H's sledgehammer, holding her there, and he slowly drives over with the Dodge Charger and smashes her brains in. The next one, some of these, I don't remember which one of these girls
Seems
are.
horrible.
Yes, they kill him with
It's like Wrong Turn with Winnie the Pooh.
This girl right here dies. He beats her to death. They break into the house, and see here they are. They're all scared.
Yeah,
about
that's AOC, dude.
This one?
You watched the whole movie with AOC
Yeah.
in it, and you didn't even notice it.
So this girl right here dies first out of them. She jumps. No, not this girl. This girl. She jumps into a pool, an indoor pool, like one of those lap pools. And Piglet's after her with Triple H's sledgehammer, and she's like, no. Like all these people are just barely getting away, and she's like, no, and he swings on her with the fucking.
How fast is Piglet? I mean,
Piglet's just walking like fucking Jason or
why
Freddy
none
or
of
whatever,
them run
just barely.
from him? I mean, like Winnie the Pooh, he ain't very fast. I've watched
Winnie
him
the
run.
Pooh's fast as fuck in this movie. He is fast. He's fast as fuck.
What
boy.
the hell, man?
Yeah. So, anyways, he kills her with the sledgehammer. This girl in the blue here, she kills Piglet. Piglet had her tied up. These girls come and save her, and then she kills Piglet with his sledgehammer. This girl lives here, and then this girl, like I said, gets her head ripped off. Oh, they run over Pooh with a truck, like a Ford Ranger, but like a Euro Ford Ranger. You know how they're kind of weird looking?
Yeah.
They
So
run
is this
him
an English movie? Or?
Yeah, everybody there has an English accent except for these hillbillies they run into right here. This dude here does not have an English accent for whatever. I don't know if he just forgot to do it when he was acting in it, but he didn't. I would say it was a pretty horrible movie, but they're making another one because Winnie the Pooh did not die.
Oh, really?
Oh, there's Piglet. He's fucking scary looking. Look at him.
That's what he looks like in the whole movie?
Yeah, this is that girl that kills him. She's like, "You're fucking dead, Piglet," and she beats him to death with the sledgehammer.
I had watched a show a while back we never really got to, but it was a Woody Harrelson movie. I told you.
With Down syndrome.
Yeah,
kids?
the Down syndrome
yeah,
ones.
That was pretty good.
That was actually a really good movie. I was going to talk about it, but I thought we looked at it wrong. Like I looked it up before we watched it, which I don't normally do because I don't want it to ruin a movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it showed really high scores, and then we watched it, and I'm like, huh. And we rewatched it. I'm like, oh, never mind. It was pretty low on that one too.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, by the way, this girl right here gets Pooh puts her in a wood chipper.
Does he rip her nose ring out
He rips
first?
her shirt off first, and you get to see her boobs. But
oh,
he
gross.
He should have ripped that nose ring out.
Yeah, I don't
want. Think that one girl that I showed you first, they would have showed it. There's Pooh's honey there. Look, he's got it all spilt.
Was he drink? Is it like moonshine honey?
Yeah, I guess that poor girl.
That's
Pooh crying because he's sad. Because of Christopher Robin.
He looks like the It thing or the Thing clown almost in that picture.
Oh, and Christopher Robin, he kills him too.
He kills Christopher Robin?
Yeah.
So, and then Pooh just gets away?
That's Christopher Robin's wife after they threw her in the fire after he kills her.
So pretty gruesome?
Yeah.
It says menacing, gruesome, and something else.
It's pretty bad. Have you ever seen, like, Terrifier?
I don't recall.
With a clown?
That's just gore.
It's about like that.
Yeah.
As far as gore.
There's one that I talked about long ago, and it's like these alien clowns come down from outer space, and they put people in cocoons.
Yeah, killer clowns.
Yeah, that
Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
Yeah,
that's a good movie.
That's a good movie.
That's on the USA Up All Night.
Well, see, that's like, we'll watch that, and then we'll watch this, and we'll do, what's better.
Yeah. That's with Sven
I kind of
Gulli.
only want to watch this just to see how AOC's character plays out throughout it.
I wonder if you logged into my Prime, if it's still there or not. I doubt it because I think you can only have it for 2 days.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't watch it anyway.
It'll come out on something regular where we don't have to pay for it.
Well, I had fun. Did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
Skin Man's gotten his summer attire. You will not, if you only download this on audio, this might be an episode worth going, and you can mute us, whatever. But just to go check Skin Man out on
starts tomorrow. I'm ready.
Yeah, go check Skin Man out on YouTube or whatever. So
is it the same
Spotify
start of summer every year?
I think technically, but
summer solstice.
Yeah, summer solstice
Okay.
is. So
right.
It feels like it's been summer out. It's been pretty warm, but it's your 90s every day in June. So
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna stop it
look
because
at
something's
your,
going on with the video
have a look at
anyway.
your
So
Wiccan calendar for that.
Your Wiccan calendar?
Yeah.
Wicked or Wicking?
Wiccan. That's like for
I
witches.
know.
Hard in.
You're not allowed to say hard in.
Not an
Weed. I don't like to put chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? Turn the friggin' frogs gay. Serious crap. Gay. Frogs, friggin' frogs. It's not funny. I'm gonna say it real slow for you. Gay. Frogs.
Peace.